Want a business you love that pays you well? Want a lifestyle where you can do what you want, when you want? Then you are in the right spot. It's time to overcome online overwhelm with OnlineMasterPlanSeries.com. Here's your host and one of the OMS mentors, Laura Waage.
Heather, as any accomplished online marketer knows, the money truly is in the list. If you don't have a list, it's going to be really hard to achieve the financial goals that you set for yourself. So what is an insider secret that you can share with our listeners on how it is that you build your personal list?
Okay, so I actually have three, and these are the three that I'm currently using right now. Sort of rotate through and use all the time. The first one is setting up landing pages. So great little platform for that is leadpages.net. And a landing page is just simply a page where you have an opt-in email form or like a little form where somebody puts in their email address in exchange for something for free, otherwise known as a lead magnet, sometimes an ethical bribe. There's lots of crazy words being tossed around about it. But basically, it's just a portal. It's an entry point to collect emails to build your list. And I use these, in our podcasts. So we use one here, but I also use in my other podcasts where you say, come on by and get this particular item. Go here and you give a URL that goes to a landing page. I use them in Facebook ads, use them in social media posts. So these particular landing pages are used all over the place. And you just basically, or in my case, I have a series of them. I have multiple ones and I send people to them based on what I'm talking about. Great little way to build a list. The second thing is focusing on your money pages. So the pages on your website that are getting more traffic. And that's where analytics and things like that are very important. You need to know what these pages are. When they become important, then, and meaning they get traffic, then look at what you can be promoting from them. So again, you might have a link on there to get a freebie that is the next natural step when you're actually reading that blog post or that you're on that page on that website. What else can you give that person to take a next step with you? It could also be a link to sales page as well. But you want to lock down that page. You want to get that page in a way where people are not just going to come in and come out. If it's so popular, where else can they go? And then the third one is, of course, the whole offline component, which is the meeting people. What a concept, going out and meeting people, networking, and then speaking at events. And for me, because I'll be really honest, I get so wrapped up in being a bit obsessive in front of my computer. I force myself to, and that sounds sad, but I force myself to leave my online business and my computer and go out by getting people to book me in to be a speaker, a mentor, strategically picking little projects that I can work on. And then I have them booked into my diary. And I know that, okay, this is my moment to get away from the computer and reconnect with people and build my business that way offline.
I hope people really hear what you just said and rewind and listen again, because it's not about one, quick, easy, simple fix that all of a sudden puts 300,000 people on your list overnight. It's a multi-pronged approach that fits into all the different areas where you are active within your business, whether it's online, offline, whether it's landing pages. A lot of times for me, it's having a call to action embedded within a Kindle book, things like that. But the important point that people need to really understand here is that it is multi-pronged. It's not just one thing. That multi-pronged approach is what gets results.
And you just saying the Kindle book, I suddenly thought, oh yeah, I do that too. And then that opened up a can of worms for another three things I forgot to mention. But I think that's the key here, is that those are the main three, but there's it's a stacking sort of compounding thing where if you get your opt-in boxes and your landing pages and all these things built, then the idea is that you put them everywhere and you cross-pollinate and you put them in your Kindle books and you put them on your podcast and you go out to events and you talk about them. And yes, I'm glad you brought that up, because it's not about building a website, having an opt-in form, and just sitting there and hoping your list is going to build.
That's it for this episode. Don't let your next promising idea stop dead in its tracks because your overwhelm gets in the way. You need our free tips. Head on over to overcomeonlineoverwhelm.com now.